This is the MOVCAN V30Pro Max electric bike, a powerful, fat tire e-bike that's made quite an impression on me since getting my hands on it. The first thing you notice is the build. It's got that chunky, moped-style frame with a long seat, 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires, a solid double-crown fork out front, and just this overall rugged look that tells you right away it's not your average electric bike. Before I even got on the thing, I honestly wondered if I was about to ride a small motorcycle or a traditional bicycle. Spoiler, it leans much more toward the motorcycle side. From my experience, key features start with the motor setup. The MOVCAN V30Pro Max offers dual motor capability, meaning there's a 1500-watt hub motor in the front and another 1500 watts in the rear for a combined 3000-watt peak. There's a button you can press to switch between using just one motor, which is more battery-friendly, or both for max power. This is awesome on steeper hills or when you want that extra punch. I've ridden other e-bikes, but this dual motor setup is noticeably more powerful. When both motors kick in, acceleration is quick and you can really feel the torque, especially if you're heading up a slope or riding on loose surfaces like gravel or dirt trails. The speed really surprised me. After a few minutes of getting adjusted, I pushed it up to its top speed, and my GPS hit just over 35 miles per hour, which honestly felt intense for an e-bike. The frame feels stable at speed, but there is a bit of vibration that comes through, especially at max throttle. If you're into the thrill of speed and want something that keeps up with city traffic, this bike has that edge. I don't think I'd hit these top speeds all the time, but knowing the MOVCAN can do it is pretty impressive. Battery life is another highlight. There are two 48-volt 20-hour batteries, one in the tank and a second removable battery stored right under the seat. That's a combined 48 hours, which, on paper, means you could get up to 120 miles if you're using pedal assist. Personally, when riding mostly on throttle, I found I was able to get around 60 miles before feeling like I needed to start looking for a power outlet. The real range depends a lot on how you ride, your weight, and the type of terrain, but overall the dual battery setup goes much farther than single battery e-bikes in my experience. Charging both batteries from empty took me about 6 to 7 hours. Let's talk about how it feels to ride. The fat tires and full suspension help deliver a very smooth ride, even over bumpy or rough terrain. The frame feels solid, and that means you barely notice things like cracks or gravel sections on city streets. The hydraulic disc brakes have a super positive feel. Squeeze the levers and the bike slows down fast with confidence, which is important at higher speeds. The seating is worth mentioning. It's a long, fixed-height seat that sits about 32 inches above the ground. I'm around 5'11", and I felt like I had plenty of control and comfort, but I guess that if you're much shorter than 5'7", you might find the seat a bit tall. The seat doesn't adjust, so folks who like to be able to put their feet flat on the ground when stopped should keep that in mind. There are fold-out foot pegs at the back, so you can even take a passenger, but just remember, the total weight limit is 350 pounds. From my early days with the bike, assembly took a bit of time. It did come mostly pre-assembled, but you'll still need some basic tools, and the included toolkit isn't totally complete for every component. If you're not used to putting bikes together, you might want some extra help, but after everything was set up, the instructions were clear enough to get me rolling. The controls are simple and user-friendly. There's an LCD display that keeps you updated with your speed, battery status, and mileage, and it even has a USB-C charging port, which sounds minor until you need to top off your phone mid-ride. Cruise control works well too. Just hold the throttle down for a few seconds, and the bike keeps pace until you brake or twist the throttle again. It's a nice touch for longer, uninterrupted stretches of road. Pedaling on this bike is possible thanks to the Shimano 7-speed drivetrain, but to be honest, the MOVCAN isn't built for folks who want to pedal a lot. The geometry, weight, and high pedal position make it feel more like a light electric motorcycle than a true e-bike. For people who enjoy spinning the pedals for fitness, this probably isn't the bike. If you're like me and mostly want to twist the throttle and cruise though, it fits the bill perfectly. Getting to the bike's versatility, it's handled everything from daily commutes on city streets to weekend excursions out on gravel paths, and even through a couple of puddles thanks to its IP54 waterproof rating. I don't baby it when it comes to weather or terrain, and so far, it's handled everything with no trouble. Maintenance has just been the basics, keeping the chain lubed, cleaning the frame, and checking the tire pressure. There are definitely some things to think about before you buy. At 109 pounds, the MOVCAN V30Pro Max is heavy, which makes carrying it upstairs or loading it into a car a challenge. The fixed seat height means it's not for everyone. Cold weather can take a chunk out of your range, as batteries just don't perform as well in winter. And while assembly was fairly straightforward for me, I do wish the included toolkit had been more complete. In my opinion, it's perfect for someone who likes easy power, wants a stable ride, and doesn't want to deal with shifting gears or pedaling too much. It lets you cruise significant distances on throttle alone. I'd recommend this for those who are looking for a fast, capable e-bike for commuting, urban exploring, or just having fun off pavement. If your priority is speed, comfort, and a little bit of that motorcycle feel, the V30 Pro Max delivers. It's also a cool conversation starter. Almost every time I park somewhere, someone wants to come over and check it out. I actually had some doubts before riding, wondering whether the powerful specs would translate to real-world usability or just end up being too much bike for regular use. But after plenty of miles, the power, range, and comfort have won me over. It's not a lightweight, and it's not for people who need to pedal a lot, but for my style of riding, it's a blast. In conclusion, the MOVCAN V30 Pro Max is an excellent electric bike for adults who want something with real power and range, sturdy enough for varied terrain, but still comfortable for everyday use. It has its quirks, mainly the weight and fixed seat height, but the fun factor and performance outweigh those for me. If you're interested in a serious long-range e-bike with a motorcycle feel, I'd say it's worth a close look. If you enjoyed this quick review of the MOVCAN V30 Pro Max and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment with your thoughts or any questions you have about the bike. Thank you for watching.